Do you still have any guy friends?
Yeah, I do. Mostly, actually, I do. Hey, okay, no, you know
Your
what?
boyfriend, if you're watching this,
He's
you know
watching.
what it was like. You were her friend too. So just saying, man, I don't know why you letting her have friends when you were a friend too.
You know what? You want to know what's funny is he a lot of his close friends are girls. He raised his sisters basically. He raised his like 5 younger sisters, so he's naturally gets along better with girls. And for me, I've always naturally got along better with guys. I don't know what it is.
Do you think a woman having male friends is the same as a man having female friends?
I think it depends on the context. For
Go
sure,
ahead.
because I mean, especially, I mean, what is a friend? Right? Living in a city like Miami, like, yeah, you got friends, right? But I mean, there's a difference between real, genuine friendships, like people that you've known, people you're comfortable with, people who don't look at you that way.
So let me ask you a question. Do you prefer to hang out? You're saying you have guy friends. I mean, I'm coming to the conclusion, you correct me if I'm wrong, that you prefer to have guy friends over female friends?
The people who I already have established in my life are mostly guys. But when I go out in a new environment, like I'll probably speak to girls more than guys, yes. But my actual best friends and the people I've been closest to in my life, if I was to count them up, it's a handful of people. Most of them were guys.
So you prefer, so you prefer guy friends?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So, because here's my thing. This might be a controversial take, but I genuinely think that women don't offer much in friendships. I think men offer way more utility because as a woman, when you have a guy friend, he can offer you boyfriend energy, whether you guys are intimate or not, protection, rational advice. You can be yourself and not have to worry about feelings and emotions and say what's on your mind because you don't have to worry about some passive aggressive retribution from him later on.
For sure.
But women don't offer as much utility back in return.
I agree most of the time, absolutely.
So-
but not every woman is the same. And I will say that I've definitely, through my life experiences, the things that I've been through, the different careers that I feel like I have utility. And
Well, friendships, right, where women are with guys almost always often benefit the woman more than it benefits the guys. And I would be willing to bet that those guys, if given the opportunity to have sex with you, would.
You know what? And
but
that's what some
they're just
guy friends
waiting.
have said to me as
Yeah.
well. They're like, you know what? They just secretly want to sleep with you. I really hope that's not the case because I feel like
Think about it. Let's do some critical thinking here. They're friends with you, right?
Correct.
You don't even want girlfriends, yet you expect us to have girlfriends.
What do you mean?
You even prefer to hang out with guys more. Because you know that women are useless in general when it comes to friendship. So why would we want to have girlfriends?
Come on, that's putting words in my mouth. But I mean,
Your actions dictate what's going on, though. I say actions always speak louder than words.
I mean,
you
no, but that
hang
was
out with men more.
that was a generalization, though. I agree that for the generalization and the stereotype of a woman, yes, you're absolutely correct. But I don't think that everyone fits into perfect little boxes like that. There are some women who more so have more maybe masculine traits, or maybe they provide utility in a way that other women don't, and vice versa when it comes to guys as well. Usually guys aren't able to be emotionally supportive to a female friend, for example, oftentimes, but then, you know, give a guy like my boyfriend who literally raised his youngest sisters and was in that situation, he's able to provide that. So I think it comes down to life experience, but generally speaking, I do agree with you.
Yeah, bottom line is that it's not in a man's best interest to be friends with a woman. For you, it's great because you get utility from it. What I'm saying for a man, it's a waste of time.
I feel like I benefit my male friends. I feel like
How so? What do you
because-
provide that another guy couldn't provide?
Real genuine advice about women that are in their life that isn't like based on, I guess, sexist stereotypes or the usual rhetoric that most people go by. It's like I'm able to tell a guy like, hey, you're being played right now, or you're being a simp. I didn't actually know that word until tonight, but in so many words, I can say that.
So realistically
to my guy friends.
speaking, do you think you have what it takes to attract a woman as a man?
What?
Because you're saying you just okay. You said that you give advice. That's your main utility, right?
No, that's not necessarily my main utility. I think I'm fun. I'm a great time. Well, no, that is definitely an addition, but I'm just a great time as well. I'm fun.
I mean, but your own example from your past, right? You said earlier your boyfriend was your friend at first.
Correct.
Now, just being quite frank here, if I was your boyfriend and I knew your past, you have more guy friends, I'd be like, yo, I'm up next because it happened to me.
But I haven't dated any of my guy friends. I've only dated two.
You just said
one right now.
You just said
Yeah, but most of my friends in my life, my close friends, have been guys, and out of all of them, I've dated two. One of them was my first relationship. The other one is in the relationship.
Well, more than likely, it's gonna happen again. You never know.
Well, I think I'm getting married, so
you think
we'll see.
Okay. Well, I wish you the best, but I'm just
All right, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Women are useless to men in general as a friend. Women don't offer much utility. The two things you just described, I can help him understand female nature and understand how girls operate. Well, I'm just better off with a guy because men understand what it takes to be attractive to women as a man. Women a lot of times give terrible advice to men when it comes to attracting women because you ask the fisherman how to fish, not the fish.
Okay, that makes sense. But like, do you guys really, when you're hanging out with someone, you're like, yo, this is a vibe. This is really fun right now. Do you really have this checklist in your head where you're like, utility, this, that, the other? No, like you're just vibing. You're
Men
just
are
hanging
only
out
friends with
somebody.
women 90% plus of the time for some type of sexual access. Some guys are
But
more
that's not-
patient than others.
Okay, well, that's not my problem. I mean, if my guy friends are
Because
genuinely
you're
like
the one
that,
withholding the
that's-
sex. That's the point.
So it's not a real
They're
friendship.
with you for ulterior
Do you
motives.
guys really think that my guy friends aren't actually my real
Absolutely.
friends?
They're not your
Really?
friends.
Are you guys
Absolutely.
They're not your
Yes.
friends.
I have
at
something
all?
to
No.
say.
Zero?
They want
They're
to
not
fuck
your
you.
friends. Yeah,
They want to fuck
smash
you.
The only reason a man
I
will
feel like you guys
tolerate
are selling guys short.
look, ladies. The only reason a man will sit there and be friends with a woman is for some type of hope, holding out that they can get sexual access at some point. Women don't offer much benefit or utility to a man to sit there and tolerate the fuckery that comes with being a friend of a female. You can get all those same benefits being with a guy who understands your struggles more, understands your perils better, and can actually identify with those situations. Men and women live different existences. There's certain privileges that you have that I will never ever experience, and vice versa.
For sure.
But for the most part, I would say women have more rights and privileges than men do. So therefore, I'm not going to befriend someone that lives life on easy mode when I live a life on hard mode because they can't identify with my problems. Unfortunately.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
What about for like, let's say people who are both in a relationship? Like, do you have any girlfriends in your life who they're in a relationship, you're also in a relationship, so you know that line can't be crossed? So it's genuinely.
So here's the thing. There's always exceptions to the rule. The one time I've seen men and women be platonic friends to some degree, which I would argue it's more along the lines of associate because they're not hanging out with that without their counterpart being involved, is where the guy is associates with the woman or friends, but they're doing that and they have to stay in that relationship because there's dire social consequences should they step out. For example, you are friends with your guy, with your boyfriend's best friend because he's his best friend. You would never do anything and he would never do anything because both of you would deal with serious social consequences if you guys were to hook up. That can be an example where there's a check and balance. But in general, when there's nothing in place to check y'all's social situation, most of the time, the guy wants to have sex is what I'm trying to say. Because women inherently benefit when they hang out with men, even from a friendship status, because you can still get the attention, the validation, the emotional stoicism to a degree, the male energy. Women yearn for that, which is why girls love male attention. So you still benefit. The man, however, doesn't.
Trains you.
And that makes sense from a biological perspective. Like, surely, yeah,
It's a simp friendship. It's like OnlyFans.
Usually, right? Someone always gets feelings for one person. So, for example, at the beginning, it may be platonic. But let's say like time passes, you guys have a lot of fun. There's a connection there. He's like, yo, you know what? It's actually pretty cool. I like her. He can want to smash. Is what it is.
So you think anytime a guy is like, no, I actually like you, you're cool, ultimately it's going to lead them to wanting to fuck you.
Well,
I mean, you can call them right now, but they're in Australia, right?
Yeah,
Pardon?
they're in Australia. I mean, I would say call them up right now, but they might be sleeping.
No, I don't really. Most of my friends are in the States.
Oh, you
should I call one? Should we test? Should we test the theory?
If
I could call one. I could call one, and we'll
believe in
see.
them?
I do. I believe in him.
Well, I mean, they might know it's Cap because she's in a pretty serious relationship.
And he is also in a relationship as well.
Yeah.
So
that's the example. That's the exception I gave to the rule where there's serious social consequences should one of them step out of that.
And you know what?
social
Actually, most
situation.
of my guy friends have been in that situation. So I really can't say that you're wrong. Most
but
of my close guy friends have either been in the relationship at a time.
But take that barrier down. You become single. They become single. Oh man, it's on.
Look what happened last time.
With my ex, you're actually
your
correct.
own life tells you what happened,
And you still live in
that
delusion.
environment. Your
even,
own life,
even with actual
Because-
experiences,
you got a point.
you still live hopeful.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Now it does.
You got a point or no?
I just had this teacher in 8th grade that just told us, like, from the get, there's no such thing as male and female friends. Like, you can't be friends with guys. Like, they always one party always wants to fuck the other. And ever since that, and I grew up like Muslim, and like my dad did not let me have male friends for a reason.
Wait, so what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. So look what happened now.
What happened?
Shit.
What happened?
On OnlyFans are pregnant, bro. Go get the rocks.
No, is that the speak up? He's gonna be disappointed. Sip it up. Sip it up. Sip it up.
Yo, Sneeko.
For your dad.
Sneeko. To be real,
Oh my
she's
God,
her.
stop. That's funny.
That's her. You see your hand?
Oh yeah, my tattoo.
That's her.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
He's sick.
You know what?
I think
His stomach
social
right
media
now.
ruins good women, man.
Man.
I mean, girls get mad at me for saying this, but realistically speaking, the reason why men and women can't be friends is because women don't offer much value to men really outside of sex. You don't get the best treatment from a girl unless she's your mate, unless she's your woman and she respects and admires you. That's when you get the best treatment from a girl.
Right.
Otherwise, why would you be friends with a woman when you could be friends with a guy? Like that doesn't make sense. Like we don't deal with the same life experiences, and women don't understand the male struggle at all.
But we can fix it. We can fix. We zip it up.
Leave the girl alone, man.
And you know what I realized
can
as
fix
well as we're like talking about this
Yeah,
is
go
my
ahead.
first
It's a work in
first close male friend was actually gay.
Mm.
And so I don't know, maybe that did something in my brain where I'm like, yeah, guys are safe. They're close friends, you know, but it was a totally different dynamic
Yeah.
with that first close friend, which is still is my best friend to this day.
The woke mind virus.
Wow.
That's what that is.
Amazing.
What?
One woke guy messed it up.
Interesting. Sorry, because you guys had a line of questioning before I came in. I just came in the
It
middle.
was virginity, but we can keep going to the chest.
Chat.
Okay. All right.